Good day. Welcome to today's Living Word. I'm Dwayne Matz. We're continuing in the book of Isaiah. We're in chapter 2, going to look at verses 5 and 6 today. O house of Jacob, come, let us walk in the light of the Lord. For you have forsaken your people, the house of Jacob, because they are filled with eastern ways. They are soothsayers like the Philistines, and they are pleased with the children of foreigners. That's Isaiah 2, 5, and 6. And here Isaiah graciously pleads with the people to make a U-turn and start walking in the light of the Lord as opposed to the darkness of the Gentiles. And note that following Eastern mystics and disregarding God's opposition to marrying unbelievers, that's what's meant by being pleased with the children of foreigners, is a formula for a people to be God-forsaken. Or do you think God has changed his mind about these things? Speaking of marrying outside the faith, he says in Deuteronomy 7, 3 and 4, nor shall you make marriages with them. You shall not give your daughter to their son, nor take their daughter for your son, for they will turn your sons away from following me to serve other gods. So the anger of the Lord will be aroused against you and destroy you suddenly. Look, the starting point for every good marriage begins with a man and woman committed to Christ and consequently committed to each other and their marriage. As it says in Ecclesiastes 4:12, a threefold cord is not easily broken. Now let me interject here that even though the Lord would have you marry a fellow believer, such marriages to unbelievers, do occur. But it's not grounds for divorce. 1 Corinthians 7, 13 and 16 reminds us, and a woman who has a husband who does not believe, if he is willing to live with her, let her not divorce him. And then verse 16, for how do you know, O wife, whether you will save your husband? Or how do you know, O husband, whether you will save your wife? But understand the gravity of this sin. It's not wise to disregard the faith of a future spouse who in the long run may cause you to compromise or even jettison your own faith. Rather, hear the gracious plea of Isaiah again as you contemplate your marriage and choose to walk in the light of God's word, the illumination of God's word, to make your decisions. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.